Welcome to this training on public benefits and how they can work as a bridge for people with disabilities. The purpose of this training is to give you information about the most common public assistance benefits and how they support work for people with disabilities. We'll also give you some helpful resources and tools to help you see how work and benefits can go together. So, we know that many people with disabilities depend on public assistance benefits for their basic needs. Benefits serve a crucial role, providing a much-needed safety net for millions of people. But public benefits alone should not be the goal, because living on public benefits alone often means living in poverty. To qualify for many of the programs we'll talk about in this training, you have to have low income. The federal poverty guideline in the United States is $1,040 a month for one person. That means if you have income below $1,040 a month, you are considered to be living in poverty, which often means you don't have enough money to live comfortably, to pay your rent, buy your food, pay your medical bills, or buy other things you need or want. The maximum for most cash benefits is well below the poverty level, and the highest average benefit, Social Security disability insurance, is just above the poverty level. But the good news is that work can be a path out of poverty. We know that work not only gives you more money, but it's also a great way to meet and connect with people, increase confidence, provide structure and routine, and greater stability all around. So as we talk about benefits, we'll not only talk about what they are and how to apply, but we'll also talk about how work affects benefits and how they can be used as a bridge to get to a better place. Public benefits provide critical supports for people with disabilities in two ways. There are benefits that help people get health care coverage and pay for medical expenses, and cash benefit programs that help pay for basic needs like food, clothing, housing costs, and utilities. As you can see, we have a lot of cash support programs in Minnesota. Each one supports different groups of people in different ways. Medical assistance, also called MA, and Medicare are the most common health care programs for people with disabilities. All of the cash and health care benefits work a little differently, but all of them support work. They do this by having special rules called work incentives. Work incentives either let you get on the benefit while you're working, keep the benefit longer while working, or get the benefit back quickly if you lose it because you work. We're not going to go into detail about all of the work incentives for each program, but it is important that you know they exist. Now, let's look at each benefit and see what they are and how they work. First, we'll talk about Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI for short. SSDI is a monthly cash benefit for people with disabilities who have worked or whose parents or spouse worked and have paid enough into the Social Security Trust Fund. The benefit amount is based on how much you have paid in. The average SSDI benefit is $1,258 a month, but your actual benefit could be more or less. SSDI is administered by the Social Security Administration, and you can apply online at www.ssa.gov or by calling Social Security at 1-800-772-1213. Or you can go to your local Social Security office and apply. You can find your local Social Security office on the ssa.gov website or call the 800 number. SSDI has some great work incentives that allow people to work and have more money, including 9 months when you can test your ability to work, earn any amount, and keep getting the benefit. You can also keep the full benefit while you work and earn up to substantial gainful activity amount, which is the amount of money Social Security says you can earn and still be considered disabled. And if you work your way off SSDI, you can get it back quickly without reapplying if you need it. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI for short, is a monthly cash benefit for people with disabilities who have low income and don't own a lot of things, called assets. SSI helps pay for basic living expenses like rent, food, and clothing. The maximum amount a single person can get is $783 in 2020. People often get SSI and SSDI mixed up because the names are similar and both are administered by the Social Security Administration. Remember, SSDI is for people who have worked and paid into Social Security. SSI is for people who have not paid enough in and who have low income and assets. You can also start the application process for SSI online at www.ssa.gov or by calling Social Security at 1-800-772-1213. You can also go to your local Social Security office and apply. SSI also has some great work incentives that help you have more money when you work. For example, SSI only counts half of your earned income, so for every $2 you earn, SSI only goes down by $1. So the safety net is there as you earn more money, and you always have more money when you work. Minnesota Supplemental Aid, also known as MSA, goes with SSI. It gives some people who get SSI a little more money each month. People with disabilities who do not get SSI might still be able to get MSA if their income is low enough. The common MSA monthly benefit amount for a person living alone is $81 a month. It may be more if you have special needs, like high housing costs, and it's paid on an electronic benefit transfer or EBT card. MSA is a state program administered by county human service agencies. You can apply online at applymn.org. You can also fill out a combined application form, which is available online. Just search for Minnesota Combined Application Form, or you can contact your local county human service agency. Like SSI, only half of earned income is counted with MSA. So for every $2 earned, the MSA benefit only goes down by $1, so you always have more money when you work. General Assistance, or GA for short, is the bottom of the barrel cash benefit. You can't get GA if you get SSI or SSDI. It is for people who have income below the maximum GA benefit amount, which is $203 for a person living alone. $203 is not much money, but it can be a critical support to help pay the very basic monthly living expenses. GA is also paid on an EBT card, and it's state program administered by county human service agencies. You can apply online at applymn.org. You can also fill out the combined application form, or you can contact your local county human service agency. Although GA doesn't provide much money, like SSI and MSA, only half of earned income is counted. So, for every $2 earned, the GA benefit goes down by $1. The safety net is still there for people who need it. The next benefit is housing support, which was formerly known as Group Residential Housing, or GRH. Housing support is a monthly cash benefit that pays for food, utilities, and housing. In some cases, housing support also pays for services. The benefit is paid directly to the housing support provider. In 2020, the housing support housing rate is $922 a month. Housing support is for people with a low income who have a disability or another qualifying circumstance, who need help with housing and supports. Housing support is a state program administered by county human service agencies. You can apply online at applymn.org, fill out a combined application, or you can contact your local county human service agency to apply. Like SSI, MSA, and GA, only half of earned income is counted. So for every $2 earned, the housing support benefit only goes down by $1. The housing support safety net is there as you earn more money, and again, you always have more money when you work. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP for short, is a monthly benefit paid on an EBT card that can be used only to buy food. It is for people with or without disabilities who have little to no income or assets. It is a federal program administered by county human service agencies. You can apply online at applymn.org. You can also fill out a combined application form or contact your local county human service agency to apply. SNAP also has some great work incentives that work as a bridge, helping people move to a better quality of life when they work. The SNAP benefit does go down some when you work, but SNAP doesn't count 20% of earned income, so the benefit doesn't go down as much, and you can keep SNAP longer. Finally, there's the Minnesota Family Investment Program, or MFIP for short. MFIP is a monthly cash benefit for families with children with low income and assets. MFIP helps families pay for basic living expenses like food, clothing, and rent. The program also helps with job training and finding employment. It is a federal program administered by county human service agencies. You can apply online at applymn.org. You can also fill out a combined application or contact your local county human service agency to apply. MFIP requires most people on the program to work, and it has some great work incentives to help families move out of poverty. Like SSI, MSA, GA, and housing support, MFIP only counts half of earned income. So the safety net is there as you earn more money, and you always have more money when you work. So, those are the most common cash programs for people with disabilities in Minnesota. Now let's talk about two healthcare programs most common for people with disabilities. We'll start with medical assistance, or MA for short. Medical assistance is health insurance for people with disabilities and low income. It pays for things like hospital care and doctor visits, but it can also help pay for things that a lot of private insurance companies don't cover, like personal care attendant services. You can get MA if you have a disability determined by the Social Security Administration or the State Medical Review Team at the Minnesota Department of Human Services, and you meet the rest of the income and asset rules. People with disabilities, elderly, children, and parents can also get MA if they qualify. The income and asset limits are different for different groups of people. Medical assistance is known nationally as Medicaid. It is administered by county human service agencies, and you can apply by filling out the Minnesota Healthcare Program's application for certain populations, which can be found online. Or you can contact your local county human service agency to apply. Healthcare coverage is important for all of us, but especially for people with disabilities. Many people with disabilities are afraid of losing their healthcare coverage if they go to work. In Minnesota, the good news is that you won't lose your MA simply because you work when you have a disability. That's because we have two great work incentives, 1619B and medical assistance for employed persons with disabilities, or MAEPD. 1619B is a work incentive that lets people who lose their SSI because of work keep their MA until they're earning around $55,000 a year. And MAEPD lets people with disabilities earn any amount of money and keep MA, so you can work, get ahead, and still have affordable health care coverage. Medicare is health insurance coverage for people aged 65 or older and people with disabilities who get SSDI. There are 3 parts to Medicare. Medicare Part A is for hospital coverage, Part B is for things like clinic or doctor visits, and Part D is for prescription drugs. When a person meets the eligibility criteria for Medicare, they're usually automatically enrolled by Social Security. But if there are ever any questions about the application process, Social Security is the place to go. Medicare has 2 different work incentives that let you keep it when your SSDI stops because of work, as long as you still have a disability. You can have Medicare and medical assistance at the same time. MA covers some of the things Medicare doesn't. Well, I know, that was a lot of information. The good news is that you don't have to keep it all in your head. There's a website called db101.org where you can go find out more information and refresh your memory on all the programs. DB101 brings together benefit information, tools, and resources to make it easier to understand benefits, learn more about work incentives, and plan for the future, which is something people living in poverty often don't do because they're so focused on resolving the current crisis or just paying this month's bills. You can learn more about each of the benefits we talked about in this training on DB101. Begin by watching these 7 short videos under the Videos tab at the top of the page. Each one is just 3 to 5 minutes long. They include what is SSI, SSI and work, SSI and youth who work, what is SSDI, SSDI and planning for work, SSDI work incentives, and moving ahead with Minnesota benefits. After you've watched the videos, take some time to read the articles and get more details in the programs area for any of the benefits that you'd like to learn more about. DB 101 also has estimators where you can enter your benefit information and the amount you expect or want to earn from a job or self-employment. And the estimator will show you how earnings impact those benefits and your bottom line income. You can create your own personalized DB 101 account to help organize and store your information. On the top right-hand corner, just click on Register, then enter your email address and make up a password. Once you've registered, you can sign in and save your favorite articles, estimator sessions, and other favorite tools. You can also create My Vault when you register. The Vault lets you do activities to plan for changes in benefits and income when you work, upload and store files, make contact lists, and share information with others. When you're thinking about going to work, changing jobs, or earning more money, it's important to plan for changes in income and benefits. Under the Paths tab in the Vault, you can do different activities to build a plan for work. You can start a benefits plan to get an idea of where to start planning. Get a benefits lookup to ensure you have correct benefit information. Because when you're trying to understand how work impacts your benefits, it's really important to know which benefits you're actually getting. You might not know if you're getting SSI or SSDI, or Medicare or MA. A benefit lookup will help ensure you have correct information. When you click on Request a Lookup, a request is sent to the Minnesota Department of Human Services. Within 2 business days, you will get the information back, which you can then use to populate an estimator session under See How Work and Benefits Work Together. The information is secure and not shared with anyone else. You can also do a quick budget to see what your income and expenses will look like. Make a work plan to help you think about and set work goals. See How Work and Benefits Work Together is where you can complete an estimator session using your benefit information to see what might happen to your benefits when you go to work. Manage Your Benefits will also give you a list of things to remember to do each month. And Build a Benefits Planning Team can help you organize your contacts. If you have any questions as you are building your knowledge and planning, just reach out to an expert at the Disability Hub MN by clicking on Chat at the top or bottom of every page in DB 101. You can chat with an expert at the Disability Hub MN from 8:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday. Or if you'd rather, you can send an email or call the Hub at 1-866-333-2466. The Disability Hub MN, or the Hub for short, is a free statewide information and assistance service for people with disabilities and those who support them. They can answer anything disability related, from where's the closest accessible movie theater to how do I apply for Social Security, and everything in between. They can help you navigate the DB 101 website too. The Hub is part of the Centers for Independent Living, and they provide a neutral, unbiased service to help you get the information and assistance you need. Hub Options counselors are available by phone, chats, and emails on DB 101. We know there is a lot of misinformation and confusion about public benefits. It's important to know the facts. Being on benefits doesn't mean you can't work. The broad range of support through benefits is a great safety net for people with disabilities, but employment is the surest way out of poverty. Finally, we hope that your abilities and interests, not benefits, dictate your choices. Employment can mean more money, more freedom, and more options. Thank you for joining us for this training.